Hello, hello, hello. I am super stoked to be here with you guys. Happy New Year, everybody. I see some people coming in. So, yeah, drop a comment in. Let me know who's watching. It's a little before 8 a.m. As you could see me last night, I don't know if you caught my video I posted on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. But I did say, talk a little bit about what was on my blog. Tracy, it is episode 30. Can you believe it? It's 30. It'll be like 100 in 2 seconds. I can't believe it. Hey, there's my son, Swiss Chris on bass. Hi. Yeah, so tweet it out. Let everybody know what's going on. I've got way too much technical stuff going on because... I don't know why. I just can't do it. Yeah, but yeah, I have two ring lights and side lighting and back lighting, and the actual podcast mic is up. So tell me, somebody, how's my sound? Is it good? Swiss Chris, especially you. All right, sound looks good. All right, I appreciate it, Trace. I'm trying to get the opinion of a professional. Sorry, he is a professional. The boy's been working since he's 14. At any rate, thank you for being here, Tracy. I don't know where you are, but can you please just make sure that take the camera over or the device over so I can say hey to Mama. Yay. Yeah, so a little bit about this year. New Year's Eve. I don't know if you read the blog, but New Year's Eve was okay. Oh shucks. Yep. You know what? The cool thing is, and I'll say this a little later at the end, but I will be going to yes, please. Well, you know what you can play it for because I said hey mama. So now you can show it to her later. But yeah, I wrote the blog and posted early because I know that even though, New Year's that's usually kind of the place that we think of, oh yeah, Happy New Year, I'm gonna get my bikini body and do all these wonderful new things. And oh, hello blog. Yes, I'm a blog. We do all these wonderful new things and prepare for this great new year and all the things that we have to do and we want to do and things that we're going to do. And this year is kind of, I think everyone is probably a little more tired than we usually are. We are a little more weather worn than we usually are. We are just kind of in a different place than we usually are on New Year's Eves and New Year's days. And so I'll wait for a couple more people. I'll wait till about 8:01, 8:02 and go a little bit into that. I will also, here's my speaker. I have a speaker. See, I tell you, I've got so many wonderful things that are stuck. Like I said, I got stuff plugged in everywhere. So I'm still getting used to that. Anyway, about Small Bites, if you are just joining, I'd like to thank you again for joining, for coming back every week and listening. I really have appreciated having this platform to be able to talk to you, to educators and to non-educators alike, a little bit more about using your powers for good. We've talked a lot about socio-emotional learning in the last few years, but we have not traditionally connected that to equity. It's kind of like two hands that kind of keep missing each other. So I really have been happy to be able to talk to you about those things and to share some strategies to connect the dots so that we can talk about equity and equity strategy and anti-racism and culturally responsive teaching, and use all those buzzwords, pulling down the pillars of systemic racism. We can talk about all of those things by talking about how we do the best for one child at a time. Hey, Kelly! So that's really kind of where I've been, and sharing that. Having a son who has, I know y'all are probably gonna get tired of hearing me say that, but this year has been a big year. I asked him, I said, baby, what'd you think about 2020? If you reflect back on the year, what was it like for you? And he started naming all the crazy things. And among them was that incident in which he was told to go skate in his own neighborhood. And that just kind of let me know that those things weigh on our kids, and I teach a lot of my people who I talk to on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. A lot of the people I talk to in real life are teachers, and we all have the power to change the trajectory of our students. And and the bad dream and a lot of those things, it became personal. It was always my mission to make sure that I am teaching each child, trying to give each child what they need. Equity is not about giving them all the same, but really about making sure that each of them have what they need. And this year it just became personal because I realized that there are so many educators that I need to be able to tell the same thing to. So yeah, I know, baby. I know. And that it breaks my heart that we live in that kind of world. But I'm thankful to you for I'm talking to my baby. Thankful to you, sweetheart, for using your voice, for standing in the spaces where you are, for talking about equity, and that things are, yes, hello, Merble. Yes, we are live. Welcome. Yeah, I'm glad that you get to stand in those spaces and talk to people about what it feels like to be a Black man in 2020 or 2021. So, yes, having said that, I would like to share a little bit about that New Year's Eve. If you read the blog, you'll know that New Year's Eve many moons ago, not so many moons ago, I was expecting to be celebrating my first wedding anniversary. I got married on New Year's Day. And right after midnight on New Year's Eve. That was our New Year's Eve celebration, jumping the New Year's into the new year together as man and wife. And what should have been our first anniversary was my first year without him. And that was incredibly harsh. I had only just moved to Switzerland. So I was there for, 10 months, and then I was on my own. I did not speak German yet. I mean, other than, a couple of real broken, just really, how rudimentary stuff. Where's the bathroom and where's the train station? That kind of thing. So, it was really harsh. I could not imagine just leaving and pack. People always ask, why didn't you just go back home? You'd only been there less than a year. It's like, yeah, but I was there with my husband, with the love of my life. And now I all of a sudden, oh, well, he died. I'm gone. I'm heading back home. I couldn't see doing that either. And I remember that evening, I cried and I cried and she cried. I probably watered that whole next year with my tears. I probably could have grown a whole farm with the tears that I cried. And I know for a lot of people, in this country alone, 300,000, I think 324 or 5,000 people have died. That is 325,000 people whose families did not celebrate Christmas with them, New Year's with them, they won't get to celebrate a new birthday with them. And when I thought about, hey, Happy New Year, I just realized, for a lot of people, it doesn't feel like that. And it doesn't feel like, hey, New Year, new you. All those wonderful things we say, and we talk about our one word. A friend of ours on Twitter said, we're talking about our one words. And if you stay to the end, I'm going to reveal my one word. But he said, I'm just going to give it a pass. And I get that. I know, because I felt that. But as you see, I'm still here. One of my favorite songs ever is an Elton John song. I'm still standing better than I ever have. I think it's ever did, but anyway. Because what I hate to be cliche, I really do. But what doesn't kill you really, really does make you stronger. And that year taught me so much. And when I look back on 2020, all of the things that I thought I would accomplish and all of the things that I ended up accomplishing, they were not the same. I'm floored at how much I learned. I'm floored at how much I could reach my kids without having them in my physical space. I'm overjoyed at how much I was still able to teach them, how much they were still able to learn and grasp and grow. How many things in my personal life, how many things that in our family, how many things were influenced. So when I look back at the incredible loss, I also see just an incredible amount of learning. And I hope that if you are in a space that does not feel good, where you are living with uncertainty, I mean, again, I've been living there less than a year. And when my husband died that year, I wasn't working yet. So that means I think I was still gigging, so I was performing, but that's not like a steady, I can pay the bills every day kind of a thing. So I was still building over there because I left here where I was teaching to go there. So there was financial insecurity. There was not knowing the system insecurity. I'm thinking of all the people who have to go and figure out how to apply for benefits, those kinds of things. They are just, they seem like they are mountains. They are difficulties that you couldn't even imagine how you were going to get through, get over. But I just want to tell you, I did it. And that doesn't mean I did it, you can too. I do not want to compare tragedies and compare stories. I don't want to be that person, but I do want to tell you to just have hope. I want to tell you to just take it one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, one moment, one breath at a time, and just keep pushing on. And if you get stuck, DM me. I'll share some more of how I got through some really, 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 really ugly moments. And don't be afraid to ugly cry. So having said that, a little bit of housekeeping. Of course, like and subscribe, share it with your friends. Let's see. I would like to let you know that not only am I opening a 4-week cohort, 4 Fridays coming up at the end of January, not only will there be an interactive learning cohort called Small Bites Interactive. There's a link down in the doohickey description stuff. So please, you can join us if you'd like to learn. Beyond that, I am also launching a podcast later in the month. So be looking out for that. A lot of people, especially my friends over in other countries and my friends even over on the East Coast, y'all are done Friday. So on Monday mornings, actually, the doohickey, leave me alone, okay? This is the thing about live. I don't get to edit out the fact that I do this all the time, and I just cut it out, so I sound completely eloquent on Small Bites Live. Oh well, here we are. At any rate, I will be launching a podcast. I believe that's January 18th. Be looking out for that. 5 a.m. Central or 6 a.m. If you catch Small Bites, you can listen to it again. There will also be some bonus episodes on the podcast site. But I hope that yes. You know what? It's all Jeff Fargus's fault. He's like, just lift the audio, come on. And then people kept saying, oh, I love this podcast, Small Bites. I'm like, you mean I'm putting on full face and people are actually just listening to it? Okay, I can do that. And I know a lot of people like to listen during drive time. So podcast it is. It's if you come to Small Bites already, you don't have to watch, you don't have to listen twice. But if you don't want to listen on Friday nights, then you'll be able to check out the podcast on Anchor and Spotify and all those great places where you find fine podcasts. Also, I have heard you. We are moving to 7 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. I am also barely awake at 8 p.m. So new year, new time, 7 p.m. Now, next week, I won't be here. I will be setting up all the wonderful podcast stuff. So I am actually taking a week off. So 31 will be in 2 weeks. So you got all of that? The cohort starts on the 29th. Podcast starts on the 18th. Moving to 7 p.m. Oh, and the last thing, lean into Teacher Turnout Tuesdays. Hey, Chris, how about you? You want to come join us? Because I'm about to reveal my one word. Y'all know I like to not hang out too long unless anybody has questions. I will take questions. While you listen, if you'd like to pop any questions into the chat, you can. So the lean into teacher turnout Tuesdays is what I'm really hoping you will do, because teachers, we complain and we talk together about things. And honestly, if you don't want to use a hashtag teacher turnout and do it on Tuesdays, that's fine. But I would like us to lean into the concept of using our collective voices along with political needs for our kids, our communities, for ourselves as educators, and get to know. I know the name Mike Morath. I know info TEA or at TEA info, whichever one it is. I usually type it one way or the other. Those are my elected officials and my school board people. My Texas Board of Education people. I know all of these people. At least I know their Twitter handles. I don't know any of them, but I make sure that I say what I need to say so that we can make change. But if it's just one voice crying in the wilderness, it's not the same. So we need to, if 60 teachers on a campus all tweet to the Texas or Idaho or New Jersey Board of Education on Tuesdays and say, our kids need more movement, or our kids need more time for the STAR, or our kids don't need more, whatever it is that we want for our students. If we all get together and say those things together collectively, we're going to begin to see bigger change. So lean into that teaching as activism process, and that's it. All right, I'm gonna get Swiss Chris in here. I said that I was going to reveal my one word. Come on in, kiddo.
Hey guys.
Hey, Swiss Chris on bass. He does the music for my podcast. He also did some music for, I think, Melody. He did music for. And so if you have a podcast, hey, he writes.
Yep.
Yes, hit him up. Now let me double check. Let's see. Hey, Debbie. Happy New Year, everybody. Does anyone have any questions about anything you've heard on podcast or on Small Bites, or anything coming up before I reveal my one word? Last call, going once, going twice. All right. So my one word.
Build.
This is not what you were supposed to do. Gosh. Okay, technical difficulties. Oh well, while he gets that. Haha. See, if you hadn't said build, it probably wouldn't have happened like that. Why you want to mess it up? Okay, we got it. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Ooh, that's loud. Woo! Yeah. So this year, my one word for 2021 is build. Because you gotta build on it. Whatever you learned last year, you gotta build on it. Whatever you lost last year, you can take from it and learn from it. We've let go, there's hope, I know you can build on it.
And it's gonna be brand new, yeah.
So that is my one word, build. I learned so much last year, that year that I lost my husband, that kind of year, that hard year where everything seems like whatever you do, it just doesn't turn out like you want it. So that's my word, build. I know you can actually build on loss. I wrote a song about a phoenix, and that's a whole nother matter, but it's about rising from ashes, So whether your year has been prosperous, whether your year has been a forest fire, or losing a home, or moving back in with mom and them, or losing someone you thought that you would grow old with, take whatever you have, grieve, let go, and build. I wish you hope. I wish you love. I wish you strength.
We love you too, Kelly.
Thank you guys for coming. Hey, Don.